Welcome back to our starter pack prep guide. This is the fourth video in our series. So if you haven't watched those videos, please go back, check those out. So in this guide, this is the last one. So if you made it this far, congratulations. You're farther than most people in their journey. Most people haven't even begun to trade. Most people don't even believe that it's possible. So you're here and I'm glad to have you, and you've gotten this far. Now, I don't want you to skip the last section. Make sure you read, okay? The starter pack is not a way for you to get out of actually doing the work, because this happens where you'll skip this prep guide and you won't have the information to really understand what we're talking about in the starter pack or even further. So please make sure you take the time. I'm going to go over what it is you should know. You should know what currency pairs are. You should know what the base pair is. You should know what pips are. You should know what the spread is. You should know what bid and ask means. You should know what lot sizes, leverage, margin, chart patterns. You should have an idea of what type of trader you might want to be. Are you a scalper? Are you a swing trader? Are you an intraday trader? You should have an idea of what those things mean at this point. You should know what price action is. And you don't have to have a master level understanding, but you should have a general idea of what price action is. You should know what support and resistance is. Now, these things are subjective. So with support and resistance, we're going to show you our different methods for finding these things. But remember, support and resistance are still subjective, but you know what they are, or when someone's drawing a line, what the difference between a support and resistance line versus a trend line. So you should kind of have an idea about that right now. What market structure looks like, what's an uptrend, what's a downtrend, what is the market, the market's ranging, the market is sideways. These are things that you should know. So understand how to draw trend lines, but don't overcomplicate or dive too deep into them. Just be able to identify. All right, you should know what order types. You should know what a limit order is, what a market order is. You should know what a trailing stop is. You should know what a stop and a take profit is, or a TP or SL, what a candlestick is. And we're not going to go through this again and again. Like, there's so many candlestick videos out there. I talked about this in the last video, but do not focus too much on what they all mean. This will lead to frustration. This is so that you know what they are. And if you hear about one of them, you have an idea of what it is. And we will discuss this more in the starter pack of what these candlesticks mean. But what I don't want you to do is this, right? You see these candlestick charts everywhere. Engulfing, bearish, bull, pullback, the three knights, the white horseman, all these things and all these names. And you'll find all these names for these candlestick patterns. This is kind of what we want to avoid. Okay? You can be a candlestick trader. You can find things in the market and this is your pattern. Cool. But a lot of times if you read into it, they tell you that you need context of the market and not to just trade off of candlesticks. This happens quite often because candlesticks are a very marketable thing. And this is what Sensei tells me all the time, is that the reason why we have candlestick patterns, because they're so marketable. I can just show you this and tell you, look for that. You find it, boom, you take the trade, and I can sell you something. But what it is that we're offering is a unique perspective. So it's not as sexy. It's not as sleek. Okay. Please don't come at me with these candlestick patterns. You're going to ask me if I know what the three rising suns are. And I'm going to tell you I don't, because that's not what I do in my trading. No one can predict the market. Nobody can predict the market. Okay. You'll find gurus. You'll find people who are like, yeah, I bought Bitcoin at $1. Just because he bought Bitcoin at $1 because his friend told him to invest in it does not mean that he can predict what Bitcoin is going to do. And that doesn't make him a successful. It makes him, he's made money, but that doesn't make him the person to go to on Bitcoin or the person to go to on stocks. You can make money. And if you look into the videos and you did the reading, you understand that in one of the videos and one of the books I recommended, it says it doesn't take a genius to win a trade. And this is very true. So please understand that no one can predict the market, and be very cautious of people who say that they can. That's not what we offer here. Next steps. What I want you to do is to go ahead and set up your charts. Check out TradingView or whatever charting platform you want to use. Reread this guide again. So even though you've read through stuff, familiarize yourself. If there's something that you went through and you're like, man, I'm not clear, go ahead and watch another video on that. Really take the time to internalize this guide. Don't just read it once and now I'm going to get in the starter pack. Really take the time. Really be honest with yourself, because the only person that you're going to sell short is yourself. After that, go ahead and get started with module 1. So if you have purchased a starter pack, good. If you haven't, go ahead and purchase that. It should be on sale right now. And let me know what you think. Please, comments, anything, whatever it is that you feel and think, we definitely want to hear it because this is a process. We're all improving on these things. So please check that out. Let me know what you think. And again, congratulations. We really took the time in the starter pack to make it good. I've had $5,000 courses. I've had $500 courses, $300 courses, $10 courses. I don't know. Napoleon Hill said this, and he was like, things are worth what you pay for them. But really, when you dig down into it, it's not the information that's important. It's how you treat it. And again, congratulations. And I hope to see and hear from you in the near future. Have a nice day.